So we just ended the latest pod op, and I think the plan was to take Op4's resources and spend everything between last week and this week on Medicis. Here's the issue. I actually don't think we're going to have enough resources for the Medicis. On paper, we have, I believe, 221 resources. And on the weekly, it says we have 180. But we need to process the position losses, and I don't know if any of those resource fields were taken this week. So there might be a big chance that we just accidentally overpromised, and we might be in trouble. I'm quiet? Why does this microphone hate me? I don't know. Why, SpongeBob? Well, you know, as long as the audio feed of the desktop audio bar is not superseding the mic audio bar, I should be fine. Just turn it up. It's a dev stream. It's not like there's much going on right now anyhow. So let's see, how screwed are we? Let's purge all the vehicles that are pre-placed. We've already handled all those tallies. So it's a depot, they didn't take that. There is, oh shit. That's gonna be a problem. Oh, that's gonna be a very big problem. There's also a few things over here that we need to get rid of as well, but I think we're going to be 2 resources short of the metas. That sucks. Honestly, that just sucks. Hey Wolfie, we are just doing some mission dev because it's been a while since we've streamed some, and I know everyone's just dying to have it back. Well, at least the people that enjoy it anyway. Okay. So I'm just clearing out the AOs that I know have been taken here. We're gonna have to switch things over. I know these are going to get neutraled as well. Actually, no, I think this is the line of what was taken. Yeah, so this is going to get neutral too. Damn it. So I think we're going to be 5 resources short when the math comes out. Very unfortunate. So I'm going to delete all the vehicle placements because, except for the grounded ones, but this also got wrecked. No floating. All right, and then storage tank. Now we're going to spot check for any remaining Op4 vehicles in the field here to remove, so we can accurately give a proper count for when we replace them to line up with the document. As I try not to delete any garrison lines. Okay. I mean, I could. I need to finally set a rate for that. There's a lot we need to do. Okay. Well, I've got a few other people DMing me for various reasons. Oh, that's gonna be a headache to all take care of, but I'll find the time. Ah, good thing we had a double espresso. Sorry, Bloodwind yells at me for saying that wrong. The point is there's going to be a lot to do here. So I'm opening the document on my phone. We took care of the resource depot there, so let's reflect that as a +3, or +2, because 3 things were destroyed. That might get upgraded to a +4, though. We also have that vehicle and that vehicle to remove. Just doing a spot check of the AO before we start messing with it. Okay. So let me grab this. All the FARPs are going to change to blue 4 bases now. And that one was also taken. These 3 positions are going to be kind of left in neutral territory here, so we're going to wipe that out. We're going to set this to orange, which means it's neutral. And this is also going to get neutraled. So that's a -3, and then we have a 3 over here that needs to be converted to blue. So that's a -6 to Op4's resource production, which is going to take us from 180 to 176. No, 4. And blue 4, it's going to bump it from... It's a +3. So that's going to be 261. And then I think it's just a blue, it's a blue 4, not a blue. So that's going to mellow that out. And then resource depots, we have a 5. And then 2 10s, right? So I think that's going to be a 25 boost there. And I think that's going to be it. So that's going to bump their resource reserve from 60 to 85. And then how many RP vehicles did they take? 10, so that's 20 minus 1, 19. Because the vehicles are worth 2 resource points each. And then -1 for their deaths. So that's how we get the 19 there. So 19 plus 85, quick math, that's 104. And then we add the 261s, so that's going to be 365 for their resources. So I am now going to tab into our group chat and tell them the resource points have been updated. Op4's resources, though, the medices are 400, and we're going to be shy a few points, which, that sucks. 221 plus 174, I believe, is 395. We'll look at a few solutions, though, to see what we can do. Oh, Sparkle, we're just editing stuff. Dev stream. Now, they didn't take a lot of territory, though. I need to ask them another question. Question, comma, do we want to expand northeast and try to take the positions in the valley, or do you want to start moving up to the coast and I give you about a third of the positions to take from there and then a few also on the northwest? Question mark. And that'll determine whether or not we expand this AO to be up here or over here. I think I'd prefer it to be over here because that'll help us kind of divide this AO, because let's be honest, it's massive, it's big, it's horrible. But regardless, now we have to see how things go with this. Can we have a free 9K38 if Dream gets a free F18? I'm going to let you in on a little secret, Cole. These are for free for me. He said the coast? Okay. I've just decided to update the policy with them as we add more and more. I think we'll have the northernmost position be there. And then we up this a little bit. I'm going to do a slight extension of the AO also up to here. No, we won't actually add that one position. Should be fine. Alright, now let's do captives. So we have 2 base commanders, so we roll twice for those, so I have to roll 4 d20s. Because they get double intel, so 2 16s, a 15, and a 6. So that is going to be 1 FARP, 2 custom position / objectives, and 1 resource site. Nothing good. No, those are squad leaders. Whoops. I'll take the top 2, so that's the 6 and the 16. So that would be the custom position and the site. Whoops. No, projects, they're a different dice. It's D8. Silly me. The D20s are squad leaders. Alright, so now we roll the D8s, which we roll twice. Alright, we have 1 project. That would be an 8 or a 7. And then we have a FARP, another custom position, and another resource node. And then our remaining units, we only have 7 captives. So I just roll 7d4, and if they roll a 4, then we nullify it, otherwise they get added to the resource site. Looks like 2 4s, so 5 more. And that gives us 7 resource sites. Alright, I'm going to immediately remove those from play, and anything that's a +5 I'm going to make bigger. Giggity. So all of those, we're then going to basically turn them into +10s because I'm spawning way too many things on this damn map. And there's only so much we can take. Okay. 2 more custom objectives. I think we'll throw another resource point position here. If I can find a preset. There we go, RPVix. We'll put 1 there, and then I'll put another one right there. I'm very generic with them. 1 project site. Right here seems good enough. And then 1 more FARP. So many FARPs. Where's a good place to put it in the AO here? I think we could bulldoze that position, turn it to a FARP. That shouldn't be too bad. FARPs are literally just free fobs, but with less cover. Okay. Now I'm going to process the kill doc. So that was 11 captives and 805 kills. Grabbing my calculator. 4,167 minus the 11 captives minus the 805 troops, and we are down to 3,351 in terms of troops. And And then from there, now we just need to start stacking positions. And we also need to see what resources the players spend. And then what resources I potentially want to spend. We do have about 250 in anything. I've been thinking a resource ratio should be 10 to 1. So that might be able to give us the amount of points we need to get the Medicis down. And then I can put the rest in additional points. It's not a lot, though, because that only gives us 25 points, so that would leave us with 20 extra, but that's a high cost. We also have an AT minefield to deploy. I know exactly where I'm going to deploy it, though. So let me write that off. Type the word that has less. We'll mine the MSR. Because I'm assuming they're going to probably use one of their starting fobs here, so if we mine the in-between area, that should be able to stop them, or at least stall them. But it makes them put their mine sweepers to use. Alright, let's start doing objective points here. So we have an abandoned resource point position here. Basically a cache of Green Force stuff before they ate shit. Oh, so many positions. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see them getting up to that orange area based off of the progress they made and what they're gonna run into over here. We're also gonna have a bunch of Tunguskas to spawn. Yeah. We're gonna have to get some environment trackers as well. But, how's everyone's night? I don't know how long this will take, maybe an hour or two. After this, I need to then take a break, take care of some local things, and then I might just chill in the evening and work on some IRL stuff. We do have the finale for the... Gosh, what's that campaign called? The Congo campaign this weekend. I have to check the poll to see where we are in that. We have to figure out why the bit badges aren't displaying properly. The person that worked on that, because I know they want to remain anonymous, also got back to me with a few additional small things I want to add, including a lizard emote for you all. And then I know the lowest bit badge, we're just going to have like a generic lizard on it, because why not? It's funny. Allow the lizard for all. Oh, it already comes with a zone hider. Silly me. And then maybe down the road we'll look into things like animated emotes and whatnot. But there's a lot of other things that need to happen first, as we slowly get through everything. I'm hoping by the end of the year we can be caught up with everything, but at the sheer amount of work we have and what we're looking at, we're probably going to be spending all of our time working on everything. At least until we hit Arma 4. Maybe by then everything will be caught up, but... Oh, you never know. It's always so much. Yep, I know exactly where I'm gonna put them. Trying to make sure all of Op4's positioning is good here. We don't want to have any units accidentally, like, phase through into the silos, because that is a mistake I do often make. In fact, there's quite a few mistakes I've made in this campaign that I need to resolve. And I'll show you guys how exactly we're going to do that. Now that we have a second, we can actually focus, collect our thoughts. I'm going to show you how to optimize this campaign. So if you ever decide to run a crazy campaign like this, you'll be prepared. We have a FARP in the damn castle. Ain't that interesting? Okay. I'm going to show you where I'm going to be lazy, too. Project site, Uno. Let's get that out. We can also get these bomb drones out. Yada-da. Actually, we'll require a different project site for what we want to put in this one, so never mind on that. We got to 86 that one. I was literally going to do a copy-paste, but at the same time, though... hold on, let me do one other thing real quick. Let me catch up the documents. I'm going to round up that 246.33 to 250. And we're just going to manually inject... That'll put us at 420, which is then going to be 20 because we're just going to upgrade to Medicis. I now need to go into the Op4 document and write a section.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Resource injection. Elite Hunter, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this dev stream. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I haven't streamed Mission Dev in a hot second, and this campaign has a lot of paperwork tied to it, so if it looks like I'm AFK, it's because I'm trying to write stuff out. Resource points are added to Op4 to be freely used. The ratio is high, and I would recommend that there is something specific you want, you purchase it instead of this. However, spare RPs are always welcome. I'm just going to write resource points so people don't get the wrong idea. I don't think any of you are going to understand that one, but that's fine. And then we're also adding another project. I'm doing Shaheeds. And I'm literally pricing them at $2 a pop because they're silly. Righto, Elite. Welcome. All right, let's see. Research. What do we got? Complex. Yep, that'll work because we need that vehicle tidy away thing because they want vanilla off-roads. And I'm like, okay. Whatever you guys and gals want, I live to please. As much as I do trust the 3 CP ones, we're just going to make sure we get the vanilla ones. And that's it. That's what they want. Why? I don't know. Just let them have it. Just let them have it. Let them be happy. Okay. Metis time. $47 is going to weigh them down and they're going to be forced to crawl, so we can only put 2 on them. That's a shame, but it is what it is. 1 should be able to do enough damage. I'm also taking T-34s off the menu because they're just not being effective. They're not even pathing to the AOs properly, so they need to be removed. There we go. Dedicated AT teams now. going to copy over what we have for the resources, so... throw that one in. Well, so the issue with the 34s is they don't even properly path into the AO at the moment. Reviewing some of the footage that I've seen in the VODs, they don't work. I don't know if it's the AI breaking and they're going on defend only and they just hold position. At least T-55s will at least get into the AO and get intercepted, but if they're not going to work properly, then, you know, we'll just sub them out for something else, because we're just so far in this campaign, it's not even worth the effort of trying to fix broken AI. I would rather we instead spend our stuff on something else. Let's send this one aside right here. I like to try to line up the amount of pumps we have with the amount of resources. That hasn't been a factual thing this entire campaign, because some have been bigger. But at least for these, like, custom ones, I try to line it up like that. And then we have the FARPs. I'm trying to see if there's anything else we need to add. But I think that's it. Yeah, so the T-55 is instead our base model. We do have access to T-72s as well. At this point, it's just whatever works. Well, I mean, that's why we reverted the Titan back to the Igla, because at least the Iglas work. Titans... I would say it had like a 10% success rate of the AI actually using them. I had seen maybe 1 or 2 instances of the Titans actually deploying properly, which it gave me hope about them, but compared to the Iglas, I mean, the Iglas we saw tonight, they free-fired a lot. They brought down an F-18, for example. So we know they work much better than the Titans, so we're just going to stick with that. At this point of the campaign, we're dealing with very powerful weaponry on both sides. It really doesn't matter, because we're trying to wrap it up and move on. As I think has been said multiple times tonight, this campaign will go as long as the viewership wants it to. And not a second more or less. That being said, I do want to get into some of the cooler projects. Wrap this up maybe by mission 45. But we'll see. We will see. I'm trying to see. Oh, right. We do have this area too. A little bit of lag on my roster here. That's usually not a good sign. Okay. Yeah, that's hiding too much. That is perfect. But you notice how choppy that is? That's on my screen too. Might also be just Arma slowly memory leaking itself, because I didn't restart the Arma instance. So I might have to just do a quick hard reboot. Just to kind of wake the interface back up. Is there anything else that needs pre-placing? Not in terms of positions. Okay. We'll give this a quick save. I'm going to reboot my game real quick. Oh, it doesn't even want to Alt F4 itself. That is interesting. Took it a little bit to kill itself there. Curious. So now we're going to work on garrisons. And if we're lucky, maybe the leadership of Pog will have put out a sheet of upgrades that they want. I guess while I wait, I need to look something up real quick. The spreadsheet. What are MRAPs classified as for OPT4 for the Infrit HMGs? That's tier 5. Okay, so for Blue 4, that would mean their 1220 Crow series would get a discount because we're going to reverse engineer that. That is the last thing that needs to be done in terms of upgrading. So let me get that sorted, and then I'll give them a message about that. I did notice with one of the latest Arma updates, though, some of my mod sets boot a lot quicker now, but some that I guess still have pretty large mods don't, which I guess makes sense. So now I'm simply trying to find where I have those upgrades listed. Those are the projects. Here are my vehicles. And then while I'm looking for that, I can reboot the scenario here. This is the 1220 Crows series. It would be a 40%. So we'll make this 30. And there's the discount applied. Cool. Oh, killing. How's it going? Anything debilitating about it? Or are you just doing smooth sailing? I'm so glad you found a new job, broski. Ugh. Might not say that one again. That is something that is said a lot, though. Oh, well. Alright, back on Op 37. One of the issues that we did by copying all those resource depots, though, is we still have some of the old AT on them, and I'm going to be honest, I'm a little too lazy to go change those all out. So we'll keep those down. But let me now message them in the chat on Discord to say I've discounted the tier 5 car. If my poor phone loads. Okay, I should probably put this on charge too. This phone is, I think, 6 years old. All reliable, little buggy though, but I make do. Smooth sailing so far, good. Get in that routine, see what you can do, make it work. Simple as that. So we have all those pre-garrisoned, so now we just need... I need an officer as well. Let's do a quick bit of officer garrisoning. Yes, not all of them are in tents, because not all these positions have tents. Woe unto thee. I'm going to quickly go through and just apply officers to everywhere they're needed. So FARPs 2, just tuck them away in various covered positions, if they even exist. I think that's it. And then any turrets. I should not be using those. I should be using chords, because that's more to their style. I had a few captured, and I didn't write down how many, so it's just kind of a guess. That's good, Killing. That's good. I think one of my favorite jokes right now is an old SpongeBob episode where they had Mr. Krabs go to the hospital. And mind you, this is like, honestly, it could very well be like a 20-year-old SpongeBob episode. Doctor, what's wrong? This man has no insurance. And 20 years later, we still have that issue. Life sucks, doesn't it? Let's get those grouped up. The project is literally the off-roads. Why? Because the players asked for it. I have a lot of other cool things, but by golly, if the players want freaking... they want vanilla off-roads, who am I to deny them vanilla off-roads? What kind of monster would I be? Yeah, don't answer that. I think plenty of you know the answer to that one. So now we're just doing garrison work. I think what I'll do going forward, and if any of you are in the next mission to stream it, please remind me, because I can be very dense. And I'll leave it at that. System disable some of the AI, so it's not super overwhelming. That way, if I know the order of the positions they're hitting, I can system disable the ones in the back line. And we can just slowly reinitialize all of the AI as we go forward, and hopefully the server will be less laggy. Actually, not even hopefully, it will be less laggy. Just be a bit dense and forget about that. Yes, I know there's a mod for that. However, if Air says, hey, I want to target this position, and the mod is like, haha, fuck you, the Zeus can't manually fix that, which is why I like to manually do it. Similar to saying, hey, there's a mod that, you know, handles AI. What if I want to control it manually, Ian? Now, don't get me wrong, for 90% of ops, it'll be fine. But for what I like to do, it's not. I just happen to be the exception. Which does mean everything is a bit of a pain in the fucking ass. But we make do. We always make do. I think I'm gonna put some hidden SPG 9s around again. Because I'm not gonna lie, those were pretty effective short-range AT. And now that we have Medicis, I mean, that's also a pretty effective AT solution. But yeah, the Igla chairs seems to be a pretty good solution for what we're going for here as well. Chat doesn't buy the Igla chairs. I just put them on FARPs automatically. FARPs and FOBs. I don't want to put them on every single position, though, because that would kind of deny Air the ability to operate. And I'm going to be honest, the Tunguskas are already doing a good job of cock blocking Air, so I don't think we need Nor, because I think Air already gets enough. Especially with what I'm going to do right here. This is mean Liru. This is very mean Liru. I'm not going to make the castle harder itself. It's just a fart position, but, I mean, 3 Iglas should be fair. That should be evil enough, and if it isn't, I don't know what to say. Because I think a lot of people just want this campaign to be over with. Because there were so many mistakes already made. Nah, okay. You do you, then. Oh, shiitake. And this might be the last position that we need to get set.
Now.
Not draw out the campaign till Christmas. We want to purchase the full upgrade list.
Well, Miner, it's gonna just be dependent on what the viewership decides. If they keep funding Op4, I will keep throwing things at you. Once that ceases, c'est la vie. Nonetheless, thanks for the 14-month resub, buddy. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Alright, now we get into the messy part. Where that is the Op4 pay duck.
Send
We're
in
fine
Goat
there.
Team 6 now.
Continue the campaign until Op4 is beaten under our boots.
Angel, don't tempt me. There's a lot more evil things I could do. I'm gonna start doing them, don't get me wrong, but let's see, we're at 28 Tunguskas. That number is now 14. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2 more. 13 and 14. Painful enough. Now, what other fun vehicles do we have? We should hit 100 before Christmas. Yeah. By December, we should hit the 100 mark, Killing. That's gonna be a time to celebrate. I have 24 MI8 gunships. I might see if we can do MI8 gunship runs on their air defense net. We also have 10 mammoth tanks. I have an idea. I have a very peculiar, sinister idea. The question is, how much of a bitch do I want to be? Option 1. Where's option 2? Is it Op 40? I'm missing 2 of them, to be perfectly honest. I'll make it destroyable because I'll be nice.
Independent Goat Team 6.
Son of Shadow, thanks for the
now.
92-month resub. One
Can
of
we
the
make
originals.
the goat the commander for the tank, Liru?
I don't think I can spawn goats individually without a special mod. We'd have to attach it in Zeus. Yeah. But we can try. You know, I've never up-armored a mammoth before. That's pretty evil. Oh, that is pretty evil. But I know you chuckleheads love it. We need to leave room for him to see. But if we bring these forward... The issue is we kind of have an issue with the top targeting apparatus. If we put anything on top of the missile launchers here, or the... Gosh, I think that's a 20mm autocannon of some sort? Because the cannon itself is here, and then that's a camera system. Then it's going to injure itself. So this helps limit some of the damage it can take. But it keeps the rear somewhat exposed, because if this turret turns too much, it could clip on anything in the back. Prototype design. But with some proper attach commands, we could deploy those anywhere in the AO. Food for thought. Alright, let's get some vehicle deployments going here. Sorry, sometimes I get lost in the sea of options. Oh, vanilla floating... Well, not vanilla, but... Huh. Alright, actually has some floating textures. I wasn't expecting that. So that's the 6 they're taken care of. Well, there's no way to limit the trophy system. It's a debug trigger killing, so I do not possess the scripting knowledge to limit its use. If I did, you would already see it in action. One of them DM'd me about an Apache miscount. I know 2 Apaches were shot down. Let me look at my sheet. I still... So unless a third one got shot down without me noticing... we're gonna do some SPG-9s. Because now I'm gonna need something to fill in the gap for short-range AT capability. To essentially rush vehicles. Hey, ActionNet. Oh, was it a Viper? I thought it was an Apache, that's why, okay. I lost my count, so I'm just going to assume that's 6. Okay, if they were using the Viper, then that's where the miscount error is. Because I didn't realize it was the Viper, and I'm just going to trust you guys on that, because why would you lie? Why am I throwing my phone back? I still need it. I'm going to go... We're going to add 14... Or no, take that to 14. So 2 GMG AGSs, we'll plop those... Have one there and one over there. I need a shed here. Helps that the D key doesn't sticky itself. Don't you hate it when the D key stickies itself? Absolutely infuriating. Wait, why did I control... Does that work? Oh, okay. No, it does, but... It's fine. 2 there for the objective. Is there anything else? I think every other custom objective is spawned, though I know I did put those down. Okay, no, we're good. Yeah. I know, right, Val? How you doing? Hey, lovely. You lied about... Oh, you'd never lie. Yeah, about researching mammoth tanks and buying 200 of them. Yeah, okay. Okay, let me just, Is that good enough? Is that good? Because we do have super T-34s. What if we just make a super mammoth? I think that would be good enough, don't you think? Anyway, where are those SPG-9s that I really, really wanted to put around the AO, right? Yeah. I'm sure we'll be fine. Super Mammoth. Wonder how much money we could make off of those. We'd have to re-script its weaponry, though, because if I'm making a Super Mammoth, I want it to be a portable Tunguska at that point. I want to actually piss Shepard off. That's my new scale for air. Did I make Shepard's day bad? I don't want that to be intentional unless I'm making a lot of money to do it. That's the line. Let me check something real quick. I just want to get that tank over. I see how it is. You should at least get a cut. True. True. So if we break Shepard, then he gets us. Yeah, because we already did that for Dream, right? Because I'm such a wonderful content creator. I'm not gonna lie though, for the finale, I am willing to. I do have an idea of like a surprise setup, as a bit of a thank you. But we'll get there when we get there. Can we get a goat tank and add a TU on? Oh, God. Can I be... I'm going to be 100% honest with you, Wolfie. The TU-95 makes my fucking ears bleed. That thing is so fucking loud that it drives me up a goddamn wall. Seriously. Mindbreak is certainly one of the tags of... Oh, God. We're talking about Arma Ops, right, Wookie? Arma Ops, right? I don't think I have a Panzer II. Technically, a Panzer is just any tank if we really want to break it down, if it's German translation. Wookie, we're talking about Arma 3, right? Thunder Screech mod? Oh, no. Guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we're still talking about Arma Ops, okay? And I thought I was the inappropriate one. Chat. I still am. I haven't done anything inappropriate yet. I'm innocent. No. You want to see inappropriate? Here, fine. We'll get inappropriate. Watch this. How's that? Okay, yes, we did have a few wargs, aka the little stalker dogs from Necrophage. They did bite off Dream's pee-pee, okay? But I didn't realize that they would go after captives, so that's technically not my fault, okay? That was just kind of an indifference or ignorance, or I just, you know, what's the meme where the chick puts her hands on her head and sticks her tongue and goes, you know, that's what I do. Someone draw that. So Opchan just doing that, okay? That's what we need as an emote. Emote. Oh my gosh, I can't even English. Emote. F it, make it animated. Why not? The bleh, whatever the fuck that is. Unexpected blooper. And emotes. Oh no. It would be kind of funny if we could make an emote out of an animated emote of an emu poking a player head and making it explode. Why was that such a tongue twister? Don't clip that. Because I have to be careful what I say, because some of you are sick fucks that will take whatever I say and clip it and then send it to Dream, and then I'm gonna be trolled by my own voice on the DayZ Friday streams. That's not really fair to me, is it? You're just gonna see Liru walking around on DayZ World. You're just gonna hear bleh. Oh, he's gonna kill me. Do. I think this is enough SPG-9s, and I can always reposition them in mission. I think this is fine. Let's see. I'm gonna put a few hidden ZU-23 turrets out as well. It's best if someone shh. Don't say anything. People don't know. Where? We only have 3 ZSUs. That's something I want to potentially make cheaper. Hey, Shepard, would you kill me if I made the ZSUs cheaper on the Op4 pay document? Because those are easy, right? Those won't blow you out of the sky in a bad way. Yeah, the Shilkas. I don't think Shilkas are a threat to you in an Apache. I think it's the Tungis that are... Tungis? Yeah. Tunguskas that are a threat. Nah. Tunnies would be mimics. God, I'm autistic. Anyway. You know what I need to upgrade? I need to have Hiluxes or off-roads with ZU turrets on it. Make that like a super cheap anti-air and anti-infantry option. Why? Funny. Because why not? Oh, yeah. I could literally just shoot a random RPG in the sky and somehow hit Shepard at this rate. Just with all of the bad luck Shepard has. And I was with Shepard at an air show last week. It just can't be escaped at this point. For the players, yes, Angel, if you manage to pull the off-roads out, I'll give you a whole family of vehicles you can buy. And then I'm sure the Medices won't be a problem, right? No, not at all. They're not gonna blow you out of the ground or anything. Giggity. See, now I've lost my train of thought. What was I doing? I know what I was doing. The ZUs. Don't you love it when the voice in the back of your head keeps you on task? Because if I didn't have that, I would just be kind of awkwardly fidgeting around trying to figure out what the hell I was doing. And then we have to figure out how the frickin' BRDM concours work because we were trying to do that. And it wasn't pulling the damn AT launcher out. And I have no idea how to fix it. So if someone can look up how to make the BRDM concours work, please let me know. Because the turret just stayed locked for some weird reason. And, well, we can use them to kill the air defense grid. If we can even get close enough, because it's literally just a game of Russian roulette if we put ourselves on the hill and line up the shot, because by then the gun's going to be shooting at us, and if two bullets, or two of those 20mm rounds hit the vehicle, it's going to insta-cook-off. Does that voice sound like Bloodwing and the sounds of a rubbery slapping sound? Okay, I'm just gonna read between the lines and assume you just want a soundbite of her smacking me with a dragon dildo again. Right? Back to work, I'm a slave. Yeah, no, exactly. Was that worth the money? I'm gonna say yes. Was it worth my sanity? Maybe. It was funny, though. Can't deny that. It was, in fact, funny. And let's be honest, I'm more of a comedy streamer these days, so, you know, anything I can do to distract y'all from how crazy the world is, more than happy to do it. But damn, have we done some stuff that's very questionable on the Twitch TOS. That's for damn sure. Oh, there's probably glide bomb mods out there, but do I possess any? The answer is probably no. Alright. Yeah, this took an hour. Usually streaming things forces me to, Sorry, I'm reading DMs. Damn mimics. I have a very NSFW thing that I want to bring up. I just don't know if this is the right place. Because I have a genuine question. Because I got curious about something that someone else told me about. But I can't find it. Because apparently... Nah, we're not going to bring that up here. Fucking mimics. Anyway, where is the Project 11 command chat? So they want to do the HK121 upgrade, the M320 plus the M4 UGL, and then Ultimate Tools, which I need to look at the document to see what that is. And then they're buying a shit ton more F-18s. And then just a bunch of extra trucks. VRM for VR or the Conquer mod? Wait. What do you mean by that, Wolfie? Yes, it's about fucking mimics. It's... Never mind. Am I willing to delete the VOD? It's not against TOS, so it counts. Like, it's fine. Like, as long as we're not saying the 1980s Russian ATGM launcher, the word that rhymes with French bread. That's the only thing that's actually gotten us in trouble. I mean, people have even said the N-word on this stream, and we've been fine, but I censor it nonetheless. But, nah, French bread, that's what gets us. It's weird how that works. What about the NATO reporting name for the MiG-15? I didn't know that was another word for it, but hey, here we are. Cargo net. Alright, let's update arsenals here. Then I can guess what it is and say it's not. No, okay, God. How do you fuck a mimic? That's the thing that's been on my mind. Okay? That is the genuine question. I know you probably aren't coming on to an Arma 3 streamer. No, wait, don't word it like. God damn it. I know you're not coming into an Arma 3 streamer's chat. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. You're not coming into this channel to be asked that question, but I have a genuine concern. It's not hard. What? I'm not talking about if it has tentacles and it does things to you. I'm asking how you would fuck it, okay? That's the question. You soundboard it? God fucking damn it. What, the mimic question or the fucking the armor? He's gonna kill me, he's gonna kill me, he's gonna kill me. Anyway, it's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. We're doing arsenal stuff. The HK121. It's a mimic. It can become anything it wants. Okay, I'm talking... Well, no, you're right. It's like a changeling, except it's objects. Does that mean you're object fucker? Oh, God. No. Oh, no. Not if it has tense? What? Chest with the keyhole. Oh. They created a strap-on for a reason. Oh, no. Moving on. I don't... No, I'm just curious about this one, okay? Now you have blackmail? There's plenty you people have to blackmail me already, alright? This is trivial compared to what actual dirt I have. There is no moving on from this question. You seen that Date Everything game? Yes, Bloodwing is obsessed with that, and I'm kind of obsessed with that Nightmare chick, but... I just said that out loud. Anyway, on the top of my head, what ammo does the HK121 use? Ah, look, it's gonna be like 130? Yeah, 9.3. Okay, that's a great answer. So we're just gonna add that to our arsenal real quick. Add the 9.3 to the arsenal real quick. And then the 320 plus M4 UGL, which I think is just the 320 system and the secondary, so haha. You know what we should add? Pike rounds. That wasn't me actually trying to distract you, that was a genuine thought. We should add the pikes. And then ultimate tools, which I have to look up, but I think that's it for arsenal stuff. And then the rest is vehicle counting. Bipods, project. Gotta get our insert time here fill of streamer trolling. I mean, if you want to troll me, just ask me the craziest random questions on your mind. I mean, dev streams have always been an AMA thing. Or DM me. People have asked me some really messed up shit in my DMs. I once had to edit someone's English paper for college. I once had to help some... I think it was a... Algebra 2? Like Swedish Algebra 2 homework. I helped them with that. Why? Because you never know what a person's gonna DM me with. Alright, I've been doing this since 2016. Nearly a decade. All the people that DM me things like death threats or porn or... Those are all generic. People gotta get creative now to actually, you know, get me off my game. Math homework was interesting. Relationship advice, interesting. Random server logs or questions or Arma 3 stuff, interesting. You know? This is my life. And I ain't gonna complain. It's a pretty fun one. Whole ass games for trolling now? I mean, it's fun. Have you been invited to a random wedding yet? No. However, now that I'm married to a Greek, I've already had to black out a few days for other people's weddings. Which should be interesting. I was just told to check Discord. That's usually not a good sign. Okay. I'm sure this won't blow up in my face. Oh, someone's gonna give me answers to the Mimic stuff in DMs. Great, awesome. Quick test with the BRDM concourse. You have to be stationary to use the launcher. Whenever you start driving, it automatically folds. See, I wasn't even able to deploy it, though. So I guess my question is, can AI just not auto-deploy it, or do we have to cut the engine? I didn't try cutting the engine, so that might be the issue. And Ultimate Tools decreases repair times by 90%. Okay, so that's just another divide. Let me just look that up real quick. However, I have to be in the right POG document. How many times do I have the word ultimate down? So it's 50%, so it's basically another 4/5 on the repair time. So if we go to add-ons, we go to Ace Repair. So we have to now take this number. That's only the full repair coefficient, though. Part-time repair. Okay, so that is now reduced from 7 to... technically 8? No, 2? Because if this is 50% and we're reducing it by another 80%, what's 20% of 7? That would be 0.2... It would be 1 point something, so it's just 2. And then 20% of 0.75 would be 0.15? 1534 F6, yeah. Quick math. At least I'm that type of autistic where I can do math super quick. And now we need to reflect on the document, the 121 change, and the 320 change. Those are all in the arsenal now, and now we are doing some additional stuff here. So 358 resources were spent. I will quickly adjust that. So the remainder is 7 resources with all of these upgrades. So they're adding an SMP. So we're back up to 3. They're adding another Bradley to bring that up to 6 again. They're adding 2 more Merkava tanks to bring that back up to 4. They're adding an AH-64 to bring that back up to 6. They're adding 3 F-18s, 1 darter, which I think we're at... yeah, I have the darters overspawned. That's meant to be 2. And I think I gave them 4 in this latest op because I forgot to change that. The F-18, they're bumping that up to 5, I think. No, 4 because they lost 1. And then 2 more Mantis guns and 12 trucks. And that'll give them 17 Bics, so that's fine, so I don't have to make any changes there. Okay. So we have another 2 F-18s. We have... I'll just do a full rundown of everything they have here. So we've got... They did buy... Wait, how many guns did they buy? They only bought 2 more, so they're actually up to... Wait, no, it should be 6. Because they only lost 2. I think I accidentally wrote 2 on an override of the number. Anyway, 1 second. So we have the 1 gun car, the 3 trucks, 2 UAZs. Oh, hold on. They also have some additional stuff here that I haven't added to the document yet. Let me tab out of that. They have an M2, a Dishka, a 9K38. So a lot of these are turrets. So it's a BTR-40, which I have no idea what we're going to do with, but okay. I think that technically counts as an APC. So I'll put that ahead of the vehicles there. And then we have the turrets, so there's another Igla chair, there's another PKM high turret, there's another Dishka, and I think that's it. Anyway, back to the editing. They lost the Land Rover. We still have the 1240. They're down a Navstar. They bought that back. They bought all that back. They bought all that back. They bought all of that back. And then, yeah, I just have these down. Well, technically, we're down to 3 ZUs. And then if they want more, they just ask me because there's so much to spawn. We got the F-18s. I'm going to move these. I'm going to move them there because that keeps causing issues. I'm going to keep all of these there for now because they can just, you know, drive them in, deploy them as needed, because I think they go into the editor and change things up anyway. We lost this. And we still have all 6 of those. Okay. I think that's it. The only other thing I might want to touch is that mammoth in a very inappropriate fashion to make it an upgradable killing machine. Or at least a static target that can take a lot of air. Why capture a 40? I don't know. I don't control why they do stuff. I'm just going to add that as a project note. All right, at the bottom of OpFor's project list, we now have Project Medical Lamau, which just says better medical settings. Why? Because why not? I'm evil. I have so much captured Blue Fort gear that I really want to set up, though, but maybe next week. Or I'll get some resource injections. Who knows? Okay. I think I'm good. We got short range, we got long range, we got all the positions garrisoned, we have everything upgraded on the document. Yeah. And I'm working on some fun stuff. I'm probably going to take a crack open at this file after the stream and take a look at this. But I think my next focus for tonight will be putting 1 or 2 of these in the AO with some up armor because I'm evil. And then looking at the Congo op and getting that announced. King of Kings, I don't know which fob you're selecting yet, though. So until I'm told, I don't know where to put them. Because you got some new fobs, too. But, I mean, here, let's... If you want, let's go to the map view right now so you can take a screenshot of the AO. And if you could be a good friend of mine here, put it in the Project 11 chat so we know exactly where we're going. And then I can get you guys the mission file in a few hours when I rotate back to it because I want to finish the mammoth. And maybe another set of OpFor funnies. Little adjustment on the dock too. And we can go from there. Can you update some of the spawn slots with default TFAR channels? What do you mean by that? Because I have things preset. You can't... Well, actually, you can do that, but that's a lot of work. And I've been told not to mess with the roster unless they give me a new roster. Yeah, so everything into here, everything here, all of that, and then hopefully we can cut into this by the end. Actually, there is something I need to look into. Oh, and I need to put the new scripts in. Silly me. But there is a resource vehicle or two that I need to find. Did the mammoth get armored? No, it didn't. So that spaced armor is perfect. Okay, good. But let's see. So up here we have a Dishka car. And then we have an SPG-9 up there, and then we have a resource vehicle right there. Alright, let me get those taken care of real quick. Got the map? Awesome, King, thank you. But yeah, I'm hoping to get back to a somewhat full op schedule next week. I wanted to start this week, but had some personal hiccups. That's all taken care of, though. At least till the next time I lose my sanity, but I'm trying my best. Okay, so there's the UAZ. Let's remove that. We had an SPG-9 over here somewhere. We're also far along, so I can probably remove some extra things off of the map here to do a little bit of cleanup. Thank you, Legume. I appreciate it. I didn't pronounce the E at the end. My bad. There's the SPG-9, and now we're looking for that one ammo vehicle, which I think was over here. Yep, perfect. But yeah, anything super far off on the AO, I think we can remove at this point. Like all the stuff over here. Because objects do have... They do add up. So a little bit of cleanup never hurt anybody. I genuinely do think, though, the lag spikes wasn't caused by air. It was caused by the AI kind of resyncing with Dream reconnecting. Because sometimes you do have some weird issues like that. And I know there's the generic meme of, haha, we blame Dream for everything. But that is something that has happened in the past. So that's what I think was wrong with it. Because we spawned another 20 aircraft and we were fine. You know? Yes, but sometimes we bully Dream a little too much. That happened a little while ago. I don't want a repeat of that. We don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. Regardless of who they are or what they believe in. Unless they're really pissing us off. In which case, it's fair game. But, Dream's chill. His eye, I think, is alright. It's going to be slowly healing, though, because he did have that surgery. Except the touch. Okay, Austin Powers' dad, calm down. God damn it. Yes, I don't know if he's still wearing it, but yes, he was Solid Snake for a while. It was kind of funny. I doubt we're going to use that area again, but I'll keep it there for the sake of having it. We do have the FARP right there, so it's unlikely for that to be used, but let's just clean up a little bit more. It's because it detects I'm hovering over or something, so instead of the selection deletion, it deletes that one thing instead. Very buggy, it's fine. It's technically input error. That should be good. Alright. Give that a save. And I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I need to still put in some files and whatnot, but I think I'm going to take the rest of the night on the easy side and relax. But we'll see an announcement go up for the Congo stuff very soon, and I'll be putting up some menus for that as well. You'll see it come up on tomorrow's streams as well for that stuff. So, yes, please don't call him SL Epstein. Or SL Free Epstein. It is funny, though. But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, so we have FNF. I didn't have enough time to do a morning op because I put more time into the Mordor op, the Fellowship op this morning, which was worth it. But we'll be back on Saturday with some stuff. SL Free Dreamstein was the... It's pretty funny. But anyway, yeah, that's that. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. We also have DayZ tomorrow, don't forget. But otherwise, cheers, guys. Have a good one. Go operate operationally. And thank you for entertaining the Mimic question. Cheers and have a good one.